dash, gentlemen.
Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him.
Independent fire on the smoke, boys. Fire.
Let's go, Jody. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'll protect you, Lassiter.
Soldier wounded.
Very good, nerd. I know how that happens.
Bye-bye.
Shut up, hero. This ain't your war. You're not here to win. You're here to die.
Get up here.
Zucker mehr, Zucker.
In danger, bro.
Come here, liberal. Mine, bitch. Your fucking country is mine. Your government is...
Here we are with an estimated 300 player grand campaign event for you today. This broadcast is being brought to you by the 3rd United States. Our first round today is going to be the Hills Counterattack, followed up by the Colquitt's defense map. Here are the regiments playing on the Union side tonight, followed up by their opponents on the Confederate side. With this all in mind, here is the strat sketches for each team for today. It's Confederate attackers on the left for our first round of Hills Counterattack. Union defense on the right side. We're introducing these strat sketches into the broadcast, so of course, please give your feedback as you see fit. Also, I am off recording the Bull Run reenactment right now. So, with that being said, XB Walker from the 3rd United States is going to be broadcasting the event today. With that being said, take it away.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our broadcast for BLN today on Grand Campaign. Today, we have got a nice match planned for you, and you're going to have to forgive me if I have any technical difficulties. This is my first time recording and broadcasting for BLN. I hope that I do it some justice. I think I will. So looking at our balance today, we've got 157 CSA, 140 USA. Pretty high number here on the CSA. They do tend to bring a bit more after fact, but that will probably even out soon enough. We'll get a balance taken care of. Over on the CSA team, we've got Palmetto Sharpshooters rocking the 1841, 53, and the Whitworth. And then over on the 12th South Carolina, you're getting the 1853 and the 1861. Looks like they brought 5 soldiers on batteries, so that lowers the imbalance to about 152 to 143 as far as infantry go. Over on the USA, we've got the 9th New York bringing the 1861 and the 4th Rhode Island with either the Lorenz or the 1861. And of course, on Hills Counterattack, there is no artillery for the Union. Union has a pretty tremendous, well, not tremendous, a decent ticket advantage of 11.6%. So not a terrible difference, but we should see how this goes. All right, so opening up the fight, we've got Confederacy forming a very large line on the fence. And they are playing it safe, playing a distance game for now. On the Confederate line, let's take a look and see who we got here. We've got Sussy Brigade, 3rd U.S. mixed in with them. Over here we got CQB on the center right Confederate line. We've got RL Russian Legion over there on the center left. And I think CQB spread all the way to the far center left. Over here on the Confederate far left, we're looking at 83rd. Is going to be occupying the Confederate left. Union's plans for this one were to basically form the majority of their lines on their right, Confederate left, and have one floater regiment, which I believe is HL, way over here on the Union far left near the corn. And it looks like HL is already having a shootout. We'll head over there in just a second. Let's take a look and see who's commanding the Union lines today. So over here we've got PB on the Union center left. We've got 42nd on the Union center and 11th Mississippi over on the Union far right in the forest. Let's take a little tripsy-poo over here to check out HL. I believe it's TJ doing HL's stuff over here today. Indeed it is. TJ on HL. Ooh, nice center hit fought by Confederate artillery. And TJ is facing off against GB. And that is going to be Donald Trump, the man himself, running the line. It looks like numbers-wise, Trump's boys probably outnumber HL here on the left. So HL is going to be mixing in with them for a little while. All right, so back to the action. We are definitely at an opening brawl of long-range fire. But just now we've got CQB deciding to move up, get some better shots, probably realizing that the Yankees are out in the field. They could probably get some pretty decent shots on them. Yankees are eating up that Confederate artillery. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Let's take a quick look and see who's on Confederate arty. Actually didn't take a peek at that. Down on Confederate artillery, we have Russian Legion CQB mixed in. Looks like both have an officer running the show over there. So there you go. Russian Legion CQB are already starting to rack up kills. Alright, looks to me like CQB is moving up in the field. They're going to try and bring this to mid-range. Very good opening volley for them. Union is already seeing a significant number of casualties on the ground there. And you can see the whole line reacted to that and pulled back ever so slightly to the defilade. Now, from up above, you might not notice it very much, but when you actually look at the eye line of the Confederates, you can see Union is hiding quite well. So as soon as the Union moves into the open, here comes CQB going for the volley.
Good. Take it.
Got a couple kills there. Union line is staying as is. Confederates all starting to want in on these kills. They're seeing the kills, they want a part of it. So Confederacy's going to move up. Despite the fact the Union is over in this corner, they are more or less locked down by the Confederate right flank.
Don't forget to adjust your sights.
We got 59th. We got Sussy Brigade down here taking some low elevation shots at the Union lines. Right now, the tickets are starting to skew towards the Confederacy. Not a big difference. Hill's Counterattack, historically, before the balances, was pretty Confederate biased. Confederates tend to win this one more than Union. Union does have... Ooh, man. Did you see that? Brutal. Union does have an 11% advantage on tickets on this. And you can see why the Union definitely is taking some pretty heavy hits.
If you left,
He's left.
use left, 40 second, right of the line, move left, right of the line, move left.
Break.
Look at the bodies.
If you die, there are already 5 people on flag spawn, mate.
Jesus Christ.
Get the flag up,
Ooh.
get the flag up.
Please, get this flag up.
Get that flag up.
Right, 40 second, form a line to my right.
Boy, that doesn't make you pucker. Looks like HL has decided to go in for enfilade shots against mostly Sussy Brigade and CQB.
Giving birth to men.
I bet you are. On this next van, safe west, boys. Keep it up.
I'm good.
Despite the fire coming in from the Confederates, they are focusing primarily on Sussy and CQB. Looks like they are pulling back, though. They're taking some pretty decent casualties. All right. This is definitely a shootout right now. No charges, no intermixing just yet. There's plenty of time. Confederacy's looking to win a battle of attrition from the looks of it. Oh, but we got something going on here.
Spread it out, CQB. Spread it out. Windman spacing.
Steady. Fire.
No spacing.
Beautiful shots. Beautiful shots. You gotta love a unified volley. In the case of the Union, they were mostly hidden, so they survived the majority of that volley.
Open order.
Keep
the flag moving
back and forth. Very good job. Great job.
So just looking at the strategic situation, Hill's counterattack, Confederacy spawns over here near the cannons, Union spawns back here on the hill. They've got one guy shooting. This is Grand Campaign, and Rambos are allowed, so you can see we've got one dude just hiding out here, firing, doing his thing. Looks like an 11th Mississippi fellow. But that is allowed. That is allowed in this event. So he can do his thing. Union is definitely taking some casualties. Look at these bodies everywhere. Union's just about to go into engaged. Confederacy still only about half a ticket stage down in battle ready. So at the start of this battle, Confederacy definitely has the upper hand. Over here, HL has pulled to the left. Looks like they're going to be possibly dealing with this Confederate line, which, was this Russian Legion? Yes, it was indeed. Russian Legion over here on the Confederate right. Red Baron using the horse as a shield. That is a thing. I've seen people start to use horses as body shields. They do make good cover until they die. Let's see, are those shots effective? Are they making their way through the fence? They are getting hits. They are actually getting significant hits.
Have fun. Back down, boys. Back down into the bush.
Back for the bush, boys.
Union drops somebody in the road.
I think they know.
Pulls back to reload for concealment.
Reload.
No, I don't think they know. I don't think they know.
Alright, ooh, Confederacy is taking a chance, moving real close. Real close. Who would that? Oh, that's 3rd U.S.
Alright, stand. Fire to the east. Independent fire. Just crest. Take one shot. We're pulling back. Fire at will. Pull back on me. Let's go. Triple quick.
Alright, 3rd U.S. gets a kill. Possibly more behind the bushes. I can't really tell. And now they are about to receive something ugly. Let's see how this goes. Alright, HL gets a nice volley. Nice volley down the road. Alright, so for the most part, Confederacy is still tangling with the Union right flank. Union has pulled back now to the fence and is still holding the forest. It is very vital, for the most part, in this fight to hold this forest at all costs as the Union. You lose the forest, you give the advantage of terrain to the Confederacy. They can fire right down in you, and in the case of pubs, not this event, they can also fire into spawn. Alright, but it looks like Confederacy is not pushing the trees just yet, even though they do have pretty good numbers here. They could if they really wanted to. Instead, the Confederacy has switched over to a harder right defense. Here comes HL for another volley. Those volleys are getting more effective. Definitely it's tough to be on the road. Looks like Sussy Brigade and 3rd U.S. caught a bit of that.
Well, we just lost 3 right there.
Shields. Keep shooting for the time being.
That wood can be a good barrier, but not perfect. Interesting. Interesting cannon shot. That looked like it came from down the road, but they haven't rolled a cannon all the way up there, have they? No. That must have been this one right here. Let's see CQB send the Yankees packing. Make a little red mist.
Still in the middle of the road.
Got it.
Here goes. Little short, little low. Little short, little low.
Undershot.
Yep. Officer is doing a good job of calling out the shots. Russian Legion gonna take their shot. Do it! Do it! Nope, don't do it. Okay. Alright, Union has just pushed the Confederates into engage. Union has slowed their drain a little bit with that defense on the left, I think, and also with pulling back on their right just a wee bit. Alright, looks like Russian Legion's going to take the shot. Oh, red miss. Effective shot. CQB is a little short on their arty here, a little short. I don't know if y'all are going to watch this video later, but hopefully helps you improve your shots a little bit for next time. Very close, though, very close. There are some great artillery tutorials out there on YouTube. For those of you watching who have considered artillery, it's definitely a fun thing to have. Looks to me like HL is getting danger close to the Confederates, pinching themselves between Russian Legion and I believe Sussy Brigade and 3rd U.S.
I've not loaded.
Funny enough, Russians have pulled back.
Pull it back.
Now this is a very pretty line right here. Very pretty line. I should have probably looked where they were firing, but I just had to get a screenshot of that, ladies and gentlemen. That was just too pretty not to see. Confederates still holding their own pretty well here. They do have a defilade. If you look at the head height of the average Confederate, you can see that most of their body is blocked by this hill. It's like that artillery's just short again. Looking over here at the left, CSA left. CSA has taken the forest. This could be devastating. Excuse me, devastating for the Union. CSA, if they can hold this forest, it looks like 83rd CQB mixed in a little bit. If they can hold this forest, they're going to start draining the Union tickets significantly. Now, of course, this area is out of sight of the cannons, pretty much, except for maybe the left side of it. So the Union does get a little relief from the cannons over here. They can technically bleed the CSA on tickets from back here. I don't know if it will be enough. It's still anyone's game. We're at 26 minutes. USA is still decent chunk in engaged, but they are behind compared to the Confederacy. CSA moving up. Oh, so much for hiding from the cannons.
On your feet, it's just knocked down.
Here comes the volley. Looks like the volley went high. Volley went high. Union dodged a bullet there. Literally.
Make sure you're one man per post. One man per post.
GLD TKO holding the center here. I do see tickets catching up. CSA is starting to lose their lead here. Probably because of this fight here on the right. Funny enough, even though the CSA is in the forest, they aren't very heavy in the forest. The Union line is pretty strong over here. I think the real action at the moment is Confederate right. Union left, Confederate right. Here comes HL for another big volley, I'm assuming. Nope, looks like independent fire. GB taking some losses. Sussy Brigade holding GB's left.
There you go.
And over here on the right, we've got Russian Legion. HL is pulling their weight, but they are definitely under some pretty heavy fire here on the CSA right. Both teams are not interested in hard pushes. They are just interested in attrition war. We're still at 25 minutes, so we've got time.
Charlotte, right? No, I meant the case.
No, that was Shale, I think.
I think it was overshot. I didn't see though.
Okay.
Let's
Just
see.
name the next shot,
CQB is going to try another shot here
Okay.
on the fence line from the looks of it. Let's go take a trip. Watch someone turn to mist. Going on a trip.
Just aim down the fence line, boys, on this right side. They're behind that tree.
I think they're going to
They
aim
can
right
all
about
from behind
here.
it. Shoot through those bushes right on the right side. You'll be able to hit somebody.
Yeah, they're cresting. Or they crested. Yep, here they come again.
Hefty volleys from the CSA. The CSA has definitely congealed into an effective force here on their left. They are taking casualties, keeping roughly a half a ticket morale stage up on their side. Not sure where that Union, or excuse me, where that CSA already went. Looks like they have refocused on, yeah, mostly on the flank here. Who do we got over here? So we've got 42nd PA has now joined up with HL. Two very big lines to defend the CSA left. Whenever I play this map, particularly as the Union, I'm quite fond of this flank here, the left flank. The concealment of the corn, also the ability to move up this fence and essentially shoot the Confederacy in the enfilade shots, even in the back sometimes, I think is a big advantage that is underutilized on the Union team. They often, including looking at the strat sketch for this fight, will favor a fight primarily on the right because they don't want to give up that forest. But really, I think something can be said for the advantage of going heavy left flank for the for the USA. You could see the tickets evened up quite a bit, probably due to that strategy.
Fill in gaps, keep shooting, guys.
Oh, I don't want to be here.
Good, you're starting to clean them up now. Keep it up.
Sussy Brigade over here, putting in some work on the center right flank of the CSA. GB, I believe, is Garland's Brigade. I apologize to any of you if I get these acronyms incorrect. I haven't memorized the names of everybody, but I believe GB is Garland's Brigade. And then Russian Legion over here. Alright, so more or less half the CSA team, and I think the 3rd US is mixed in there too. Half the CSA team is tied up here on the right. No real advantage to either side, I would say. Probably a slight advantage to the USA. They are closing that ticket gap. We're at 21 minutes. CSA is going to have to start getting a little bit more aggressive. But, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, they can get the USA to breaking and then just go for the point. And the USA will have to panic run to that point. They'll have to do everything they can to prevent that cap. And they have the disadvantage of not having artillery. So, I'm feeling like the CSA is in a pretty good position here to win this fight. Let's check in on the artillery, see what they're up to over here. It's like Russian Legion artillery is looking
Блять, 7, наверное.
They're looking at the corn. That's probably 42nd PA over there.
Я на 85 поставил.
It's like they're gonna try and hit him.
Запал.
Looks effective. Looks effective. I didn't see blood spray, but they are behind trees. Looking over here at CQB. And you know what? I missed the artillery over there. I'll find out who that is in a minute.
Same spot.
Looks like CQB is going to be taking a shot at possibly HL. HL's probably a little bit to the left of that shot. And who do we got? We've got first CMR. That one I do not know. Someone's going to have to tell me what that is. First CMR taking shots at the Union right flank. This here, 10-pounder Parrot. That is a rifled cannon. Very accurate cannon. Pretty powerful too, being that it is 10-pound munitions. And then we have a single guy, first Delaware. I think that would be Sussy Brigade. About to take a shot at the Union. Lands right about where he intended for it to. Where the 42nd PA may or may not be hiding. That one was short fuse, short fuse. Alright, so getting back to the strategic situation, let's take another look real quick. Confederate has, CSA has split more or less into two flanks here. They've got their right flank, pushing, keeping the Union in the corn, and being in the corn, I think, gives you a pretty big disadvantage just because you can't see out very well. It's much easier to see into the outer layers of the corn and hit somebody than it is to see out of the corn and hit others. At least in my experience, I prefer to be the guy shooting into the corn. And then CSA on the left here has formed a pretty cohesive line and is just duking it out with the Union. But look at this ticket difference. Tickets have definitely closed a gap. CSA has lost their half-ticket advantage, almost up to just a quarter difference now, maybe less, maybe an eighth. Union here on the right is definitely putting in pretty good work. It looks like 11th Mississippi, Great Lakes Division, and Pickett's Brigade definitely putting in pretty heavy work here on the right and helping even those tickets out. Not that they get all the credit, of course. We've got, I think this is still the 42nd hiding out in the bushes here. Yes, indeed it is. HL. Oh! Ho, ho, ho. There goes that bit. Look at that red corn.
Party isn't real.
Alright, get up, boys. No time to nap. Someone for the flag.
Goodness
Come on,
sakes.
Leave it on the floor. Fuck.
Alright, so CSA just hit taking losses. Union is down by about a quarter stage from them. Looks like HL is possibly reforming here in the corn. They're still taking hits. You can see the blood here. Artie knows they're here, and Artie is going for him.
Back up to the fence, back to the fence.
As the flag carrier, you're the number one target.
Right. Volley drops a few.
Chase when ready, hit shows. Chase when ready.
This is more stress.
Well, you're the target, man.
Looks like Sussy's moving up, trying to get some shots up close on the Union. Sometimes the pitch of the game changes, and for a moment you think it's going into slow-mo like it does when the round is over. That just happened, and I was thinking, what in the world? Are we at game over already? Russian Legion sees Sussy up there having all the fun and decides to get in on that. Oh, here comes HL for a very close range volley. This is going to be painful. Maybe not a volley. It looks like fire. It will. Independent fire. Oh, here we go.
Light them up, boys.
Thank you. Keep shooting, boy. Keep shooting.
Look at this. 10 yards distance. They are all firing point blank into each other. It's 42nd and HL. Combined force.
I still see a few standing. I want them dead.
Is this them?
There's one. Come on. Kill the other one.
Kill that one guy. Oh, nice shot. They're all dead.
Good shit, boys. Good shit.
I wonder will they push up?
Back to the bush.
Nope.
Back to the bush, boys.
They will not push up. My favorite strategy definitely is the left there, but I like to move all the way till the out of bounds for the Union, which is right about where that Confederate line is. Union is not going for it, though. They're being conservative with their tickets, which makes sense. But they are at a little under half morale stage of taking losses. That's a charge. Are we charging?
You have a short amount of time, it's out of bounds.
Imagine not having kids.
Why are you here? You're supposed to be artillery.
Stab said I could go to infantry.
This out of bounds notice.
Let him come to us, gentlemen.
Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. Let's go.
Thanks for the tickets.
They got countercharge tickets.
Come on, boys.
Come here, Reb.
Flag down. Let's go, Jody. Let's go. 7 go, boys. 7 go.
Where are you running, Reb?
Hold on the fence. They're right there.
Keep going.
Fire at those guys right there. Fire at those guys right there. They're running. They're running.
Fence line, boys, light them up.
Hold the charge, LD. Hold the charge.
Yep, looks like CSA is pulling back on the left after a failed charge. And that would be Great Lakes Division and Pickett's Brigade doing the work. 83rd as well.
Jumping over the fence, that's your strat?
CSA is pulled back to a safer position. Now, will the CSA artillery see this and take advantage? Looks like CSA artillery is pretty distracted by the right flank right now. You could see a bunch of them spawned main. They're coming back. Yep. A whole Confederate artillery is currently focused on right flank. So, Union has retaken the hill and is reestablishing defensive positions here on the left. Now, once the CSA already figures it out, they're going to start pounding that position. See if any of them have. Russians are still shooting into the corn.
Firing.
Say low shot. Low shot. CQB firing some low shots over here.
Those two directions are where their pockets are.
Looks like we got Sussy and First CMR. Is First CMR and Sussy? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I see a bunch of them out there popping.
Is he gonna go for it? Here we go. Here we go. See if we can get there in time. Ah! I think that was an overshot. Yep, no one back there. Every time the Union is missed by artillery, I hope they're counting their blessings, because, man, that already can take your entire line out if you got a well-placed shot. Alright, so Union's still pretty heavy here on the left. It is still an attrition game on the Union left. And Union has retaken the hill on the right. Looks like Confederates are getting ready to do something here. Forming the Mighty Ducks Flying V over here. Except it's backwards. If only they knew there was not a lot of people up there, they could easily sweep them. The joy of third person, where you can see everything, it cannot be understated.
Aim.
Ah, darn, out of bounds notification. Ruined that shot. That's going to be a beautiful screenshot right there. Let's see if we can get a good one here.
Space it out. One man spacing.
They're right there at the tree.
Independent fire on the smoke, boys. Fire.
This episode is brought to you by my poor timing. My very poor timing. I really wish admins would get rid of the out-of-bound notification for spectator. I mean, I'm not out of bounds. I'm a ghost. Ghosts have no bounds. Ghosts can go anywhere. They can haunt the map anywhere they want. So you can see the CSA is going for Cap, getting ready to push USA into breaking. USA knows they cannot allow that. It would be an easy victory for the CSA. So Union is moving up to prevent the Cap, but it is not enough. Oh, here we go. It is enough bodies, just enough. And now is where the map generally changes. So once the Union is in breaking, they have to commit everything to constantly defending the point. And if the CSA is ahead enough on tickets, which at the moment it pretty much is, it can just start throwing bodies at the USA and push them directly into last stand. We've got 11 Mississippi firing in on. Ooh, man, that's a lot of pain coming their way. A lot of pain. Oh boy. Well, 11th is pulling the sacrifice. Definitely pulling out the sacrifice. There's breaking. Now watch the entire game change. The pace of this game will change significantly. Yep, USA has to respond. It has to send bodies like crazy to the point. Will they get the bodies in time? This Cap is fast. It's very fast.
Start firing, boys. To the west. Focus fire on west.
Yes, they are able to pull off another counter Cap. Now they are going to... Oh, here we go, full charge.
I'll protect you, last show.
Soldier minded. Hold the move. Hold the move.
The chaos begins.
Sorry, Jared. I don't know how that happened.
CSA Cap. I don't think Union's gonna get it. They do get the CSA into breaking. A little spiritual victory for them. Thankfully for them, the Confederate artillery is not hitting enough, but I don't think it's going to matter. There it is. That is a CSA victory on Hill's counterattack. Look at those dead eyes. Soulless eyes. Not because they're Confederates, but because they're made by Campfire Games. Soulless eyes. Those are men that have seen some stuff, man. They've seen some stuff and some things and some junk, man. Alright, so after action reports looking like Confederacy definitely went according to plan. They went for left initially. But, yeah, they found out that most of the Union power was on the right, thanks to 42nd and HL, so they shifted to a right strategy. CSA was getting shot up there on the left for a while, but then retook the hill, and it was all over at that point. All right, we'll be back for round 2.
Before we get into the second round, I'd like to thank our YouTube members for your support. Your support helps me keep doing the work that I do here, on top of many of the things that we want to do in the future here with the Battleline Network channel. If you want to get a live stream of all the War of Rights broadcasts that we do, and to get an exclusive video on the weekly, please go beneath the video and hit the join button and considering helping us out. Again, thank you YouTube members for your support. Is greatly appreciated. And also a special thank you to our sponsors for this broadcast. And with that being said, those sponsors have a few words to share with you.
That's right, bitch. One, bitch.
Hear the drums and form the line. Raise the flag, your place is mine. Through the smoke and cannon flame.
With what? Where?
Answer the call. Fight beside us, one and all. Shoulder to shoulder, face to face. March with the 3rd United States.
And with that being said, I hope you enjoy the second round. And for some added context, here is the strat sketches of both teams going into our second round. With that being said, XP Walker, take it away.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to round 2 of Grand Campaign, brought to you by Humidity and Mosquitoes. Humidity and mosquitoes, because it's the summer. And for some reason, people like this time of year. I don't understand it. Anyway, we've got another round here of skirmish, this time on the South Mountain map of, what is this? This is Colquitt's Defense. Colquitt's Defense. Let's take a look at the numbers. Looking at our numbers, we're at 155 versus 153, almost a perfect balance. Perfectly balanced as all things should be according to Thanos. And just scrolling down here, we've got the 6th Georgia Company A and B going to be rocking the 1853 and the 1855, both rifled weapons. Usually folks will go for the 53 because of the better sights. And then we've got 13th Alabama Company A and B also rocking the 53 and the 55. Confederates do get artillery on this round. It looks like 1st CMR and Russian Legion are going to be on the battery this round. Looking over at the USA, we've got 19th Indiana Company A and B. That's going to be solely 1861 Springfields for them, rifled weapons. And then 2nd Wisconsin Company A and B are bringing either the Lorenz or the Springfield. Some people love that Lorenz, some people love the Springfield. Whatever is your preference, they're both pretty decent rifles. And then on the battery, we've got HLD battery. Captain Irish running the battery down there. All right, so balance still looks pretty good. It looks like it's not going to change significantly, so we should have a pretty even match here. Looking at the artillery imbalance, if there is one, we've got 7 on the Union and 12 on the Confederates, which gives them a, what is that, 5-ticket infantry balance toward the Union. All right, so we are getting started here. The Union plan for this map, according to the strat sketch, is to full send the forest. And you can see they are full sending the forest. The entire Union team going for that forest. The Confederate team has decided, well, when I was looking at the strat sketch, it looked like they had planned for this hill to be a fallback and the forest to be their primary objective. However, I might have read that wrong. It might be that if the Union occupies the forest, the Confederacy plans to full send. So it looks like the Union definitely will be occupying the forest. They do not want to have to deal with Confederate artillery, so they're going where it's safest. 11th Mississippi leading the charge up the hill. They will be first to fight. First to fight for the Union.
Independent fire,
42nd catching up, getting on independent fire.
It's not here yet. Oh, there they are.
It's fun when you're the officer and you're out there giving orders, but no one can hear you because you've outrun your team. Our Confederates have figured out, hey, there's the Union. They're in the forest. Let's start shooting. They are crouching. did forget to mention the ticket advantage here is very heavily in the USA's favor. 43.6% advantage on tickets for the Union. So Union can afford lots and lots of casualties. Confederates cannot afford those casualties. They have to play it safe. Union is going straight for the cap. Interesting. I wonder if that was intentional or accidental, because there's not much going on there near the cap. Cap area is pretty big, though. So now, this may work in the Union's favor. Now the Confederacy has to get them out of there in the next 19 minutes and 40 seconds, roughly. Confederate team reacting, pulling to the right. It's like they have stopped crouching. They don't want to waste the tickets for the most part. CQB firing down into the Union. So far, Confederates are slightly behind on tickets. Union are pulling back into the forest. Interesting. I wonder what the reasoning here is. I wonder if the Union is trying to force the Confederacy to come into the forest.
For horses, but it doesn't. I don't know why it applies to infantry as well. That's stupid.
All right, we've got a dropped CSA flag. Drop CSA flag early game. That is going to hurt. However, CSA does spawn just over the hill there. Not the worst place to lose a flag, but it is still a dropped flag. You gotta wonder if they're gonna go for the flag rescue here.
Pocket badger.
Union knows you can't lose that flag. The longer the enemy doesn't have a flag, the longer it takes them to gather. Yep, CSA is gonna go for the flag, I think.
Operation retrieve the flag!
Move, boys. Move, move, move.
Very tiny group, very tiny group. Grab the flag and immediately pull it back. We're not going to stay here.
Hi, bud.
Bye, bye.
You're not getting that shot. You're not getting that kill. You're dead. Okay, boy.
Oh, fuck.
Yep. Great job. Good job. Good job.
I'm so sorry, Punk.
CSA successfully rescues the flag. That is Sussy Brigade, and I think I heard 3rd U.S. Yep, that is 3rd U.S. and Sussy Brigade going in to capture the flag. All right. Looking over here in the forest, CSA has definitely piled into the forest. Now it is going to be a close-range brawl. Nobody has buck and ball. These are all rifled weapons. CSA is in a position where they can mass charge down the hill, and they will probably win that. Let's look at the strategic situation here, everybody. CSA has pretty good angles on the USA right now, who is definitely blobbed up in a center line defense. If the CSA can coordinate a charge, and they do have steam chat, so remember, they can instantly move together if they're following their steam chat. If they can coordinate a charge down this hill, they might just be able to push the Union out. Looks like they are going for it on the right.
Stay on the rock. Let him come to you. He'll have to take it from my cold dead hands.
Shut up, Euro. This ain't your war. You're not here to win. You're here to die.
Get up here.
I'm going to touch you inappropriately. Come here. Lucky I can't get up this rock.
Come on, get up here. How dare you, Reb.
I'm in your mama
Oh, man. I believe that is 3rd U.S. and Sussy Brigade going for the charge. I recognize the voices of my guys. So right flank successfully taken by the Confederacy. Union is reacting. I believe that's thanks to Steam Chat.
Let's go, boys. Get down there. Sprint on them. Sprint to the star. Let's go. Catch up. Catch up. Left star. Left star. Keep going round. Keep going round. Keep going round, boys. Charge round the rocks. Shoot and charge. Shoot and charge. Stab and go. Stab and go.
Do what in charge?
Stab and go, boys. Stab and go.
We're clear.
Hey guys, come on.
Oh, that guy, kill him, kill him, kill him. Shoot his force.
That sounds like TJ.
Shoot his takeoff, shoot his takeoff.
Twice. Yeah. HL rally. HL HD.
That's HL.
East, northeast.
HL rallies the left flank. Union will hold the left for now, but oh my goodness. Here comes another charge. CSA is just whittling the Union down in the forest.
don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Сука, блядь, сука. Пизда мне нахуй. Что было?
Dragon's trying to hold it. He can't hold it. Oh boy, look at that. Look at all these flags. It is chaos in the forest, everybody. USA realizes this is not good. This is not good. What are they going to do with their flags? They're going to hold them back. They're not running yet. Now, Union does have a ticket advantage. They've got Confederates engaged, but there goes their flag.
Keep moving. Get these flags, guys. Let's go. Get these flags.
You flag gunner!
Keep moving. Keep moving. We got these colors. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
That's a bear squeeze that pistol shotgun. Okay, I'm gonna stop chasing.
Oh! Is he going to get the flag out? Is he going to get it? A normal guy goes for it, and he's the last. Dude is going for it. Nope, dude is going to fight. Oh boy, a stunning defeat. Stunning defeat for the Union. Massive victory for the Confederacy. They own these woods now. And that is the advantage for the Union gone. They're going to struggle after that. Once you lose the woods as the Union on this very, very big map, it is a major struggle to get them back, especially if you don't have flags. If you don't have flags, I mean, I don't know. If I was in their shoes, I would be playing long-range skirmishing at this point until we can get our flags back. But we'll see what they do. See what they do. They're starting to reform here. Let's take a look at the artillery. See what the artillery's up to. Are they doing counter battery? Wow. Interesting. You don't see that every day. I don't see counter battery in events as much as I do in pubs and just screwing around events. Who's that? That's going to be HL battery. HL has decided to turn. Yeah, I'll bet you they're going to just start going for the forest, trying to get some kills. Shifty is aiming in. 42nd is holding their battery. Here comes the Union without a flag to move back to the right. Looks like their fuse was not long enough in that case. Neither was that one. That is a short fuse. We all have short fuses someday, so, you know, don't get upset. Short fuse. Very fortunate for 11th Mississippi. Festive Fletcher just survived. Narrow escape of death right there. Hopefully some of you artillerymen watching this after the fact or during the live stream can take some notes. So, personally, I mean, I'm not an artilleryman. That's more 3rd USHA than 3rd US, but in my experience, putting a little extra time on the fuse is nice unless you're actually shooting at a point, just to ensure that it buries itself in the ground for a second or half a second to blow up. But that's just my personal experience. Again, I'm not an artilleryman. Oh, an excellent shot, Union, right into the center of the Confederate line. And there is counter battery happening up here. Interesting. Another short fuse. I wonder if that is on purpose. Those might be airbursts on purpose to knock them down. So looking at the force, Union is making another attempt at it. They do want to rescue those flags. You can see some flags right there.
I'm gonna give you back shots. Come here, rebel.
Our Union rescues its flags and takes the Confederate flags.
Keep moving. Get that flag. Get that flag.
Confederate spawn is nearby though, so the Union has a much harder fight here. That is why the Union is given a 40+% ticket advantage on this map, because it is very one-sided towards Confederacy otherwise. All right, so PB successfully takes back the flag along with some others. The shooting war resumes.
I got clubbed.
Yeah, I was getting clubbed, so I stabbed the closest guy.
Straight ahead, boys, straight ahead.
Yeah, right in front of us, the enemy. They are shifting left, Dragon, they are shifting left.
I believe at this event, Bayos are allowed immediately.
They shifted northwest.
Sunday's event, which is Road to Appomattox, I think Bayos are 30 minutes. Yeah. Confederates have resumed a semi-defensive position in the hills. Such a beautiful game. Look at all these trees.
Move up, break your loads. Move up.
I'm so glad that instead of getting cavalry within 6 years of it being announced, we got swaying trees. Because you know that's all we really wanted in War of Rights is trees that sway, right? And owls that go whoo. Campfire Games, when is the wildlife update? I want to shoot some random squirrels and rabbits. Call of the Wild Civil War Edition, when? Alright, so going back over here, Confederates back line. Looks like they have pulled back. Tickets are still pretty good on both teams. Both teams were at 36 minutes, just hit engaged. At this rate, I think one of the teams is going to have to up the killing. Union might pull out an advantage here because Confederates are more exposed to artillery. But we'll see if the Union already can hit them, because it looks like they're doing a pretty good job of it right here. Zombie mode right there. Whew. There's a Russian forearm right there. Looks like Russians are taking shots.
Прицелку на 200, парни.
Прицелку на 200.
I could feel that artillery coming. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. Come on. Send it. Give daddy some content.
Тутро, мне срочно надо отойти на 10 минутах примерно. Я встану где-нибудь за камушком, да?
Окей.
Я бы...
Если тебе нужно отлить, так ради бога.
They are not sending it. How surprising. Well, looks like the Confederacy is pushing into the forest again.
Charge right now. Shoot the charge. Shoot the charge. Shoot the charge.
Raise the colors. Raise the colors.
That was perhaps an early charge. I think they might have wanted to wait on that one. Yeah, they had no backup, unfortunately for them. No backup. Union lines are starting to look pretty healthy. Tickets are starting to go into the Union's favor as well. This map could be turning around, folks.
To be honest, I don't really measure how alcoholic mine is. I just drink it.
Well, I used two kilos of honey and...
Two Confederate flags to reform back here. Alright, let's take a little look at the strategic situation yet again. So Union has a strong defensive line, but they are still somewhat surrounded. Oh, here we go.
Sorry, point. I need to point. I just need to...
Hit and run, hit and run, hit and run.
Лучше быть в стане, я буду своим
За мной, за
телохранителем.
мной. На норт-ист, на норт-ист, на норт-ист. Быстро, на норт-ист, на норт-ист. На норт-ист, ёб твою мать. тут
Хорошая
есть
работа,
противник.
Мартин.
На, блядь.
Хороший выстрел, офицер. Нет, Саня! Принимайте командование.
Second wave incoming.
Кто у нас здесь по старшинству самый этот высокий? Кто у нас? Кто? А, стоять, стоять, умирать, стоять, умирать.
Charge that flag.
Good shit, boys, good shit.
All right. Well, congratulations to, God, everybody. HL, HD, 11 the Mississippi, going in for that massive charge, countercharge on the Confederacy, retaking the hill, dropping at least one Confederate flag. Let's see. We got one there. I think just one so far has been dropped. I see two others in the trees. Confederacy mostly retaining their flags. Yep, the fight is definitely in the forest today, folks.
Charge B, charge.
Charge.
Fire! I'm a bear if I'm gonna charge.
Charge.
No, not allowed. Not allowed. Not allowed.
Traitor.
Hold, boys, hold.
Hello, Jasper.
Get this officer! Kill this guy! Kill this guy! Kill this guy! Kill this guy!
Get the fuck back! You!
Yeah, watch out, brother.
Come out!
Charge him out, go. Get that officer. Kill that officer. Haha. Watch out, brother, behind you.
Oh,
Keep that flag down.
flag loss for the Union.
Keep that flag.
Oh man, this game is just cinema.
Mister, can I run with ya?
Yeah, sure, just kill me real quick. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to shoot you. Orders are orders.
You're good, don't worry.
Oh, that's just funny. All right, USA loses the forest again. Successful first charge, but unfortunately for them, Confederacy is now going to go for the cap. Union is in no position to contest that. So Confederacy is going to get that. I think, I can't really tell with the colors here, they're pretty even, but I think the Confederates are just slightly behind on tickets. And this should give them a very small boost. As long as they don't hit the next ticket stage, taking losses. Yep, they get it back. They get a little bit of tickets. Tickets are now even again. Tickets are even again. Union is reconsolidating down here, but they do not have a very big force. They're not going to be able to do much. Let's see, where is the rest of the Union team? Where are the rest of the Union team? English hard. Looks like the Union is going to try and get a flank. Confederates are moving to mirror it. Airburst artillery. No kills, I do not think. I think the USA might have missed an opportunity to take the high ground. Confederates are getting into a nice, healthy, entrenched position up here behind the semi-stone wall. Looks like Garland's brigade, Russian Legion. Donald Trump is moving his boys back down the hill. Russian Legion is doing the same. That's probably a steam Steam chat thing just happened.
Я вернулся, друзья, я вернулся. Видите, да, вернулся.
What the fuck?
Interesting. I wonder if their commander is aware of what's going on their left flank, because it looks like he's pulling them down to the fight. Union is moving to respond. We might have an interesting tussle right here. TKO and 11th Mississippi making a run for it. Across the field. CSA is hot on their heels.
Сюда, сюда, ребята, не разбредаемся, не разбредаемся. Голосу, голосу.
Move it out left, on me, GB, on me to the left.
Friendly. Guys, friendly needs help on the left.
Look at that. USA gets pinched between two forces. It's pretty rough. USA lying down here in the trees is at less of a risk of being surrounded. But you can see some serious body loss here.
New line, on the rock, drift east. HL east, on the rock, east rock. Right here.
Let's take a little look real quick and see how we're doing for sides. Yeah, 154, 149, not bad. Pretty good balance. Pretty reasonable. There's that spectator, noticed. Who we got here? We got HD, HL, IVB, Pickett's Brigade, Great Lakes Division, making a Alamo stand here in the forest. If Confederacy wants to get them, they are going to have to really commit, because that is a pretty tight ring of defenders. Over here on the right, you've got 11th Mississippi, 42nd PA holding the Union rocks here. They're using hard cover. Tickets are starting to, well, I don't know, they're pretty even. Maybe a little in favor of the Union here, but not by much. Yep, CSA is primarily in the forest. A little zoom out strategy map here, guys. So CSA spawn is up that away. USA spawn is behind me. CSA is occupying the trees and has pretty much parity with the Union here. So you've got Union on the rocks firing at the CSA in the trees. So you've got concealment advantage, cover advantage, concealment advantage for both sides over here on the left. So one side, if they want to get an advantage, they're just going to have to make a push with the entire team. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Union is just more interested in holding their own in the forest for a while and bleeding the Confederate tickets down. It is still anyone's game, though. Very, very close tickets right now. I believe that was an artillery round that blew up early. Now, from the perspective of the commanding officer, when you're on artillery... Oh, what in the world? Where was that intended for? Well, when you're on the artillery and you are spotting for your guns, and they fire, it can look like an effective shot, because from your angle, you see the explosion. You don't realize the explosion's actually maybe 100 yards away from the target. All you see is a poof, and you're looking 400 yards out. You think, oh, my guy's got a good shot, effective shot. Confederates moving on the left.
If you're not hitting them, I'm going to spank you.
Left side. They're peeking out left side.
Left side.
Like a life is that danger, bro.
Come here, liberal. Your ass is mine, bitch. Your fucking country is mine. Your government is fake. You're federal fuck.
Hey, go home, GI. Go home, GI.
fucking horde, bitch.
I need to flip some.
You missed! Oh, you missed that, Nick!
Come here. Oh my god, 40 seconds suck.
Look at the bodies, folks. Look at the bodies. Wow, Confederacy pulls off a defense. Union did go for the push, but was unsuccessful. Initially successful, but ultimately not. It looks like they did get their flags out. Confederates have given up the chase, running back. But, wow, look at the tickets are now in... Oh, actually, they're still in the Union favor. Just look at that. That is incredible, considering the huge ticket advantage that Union has on this map. They really get the benefit of tickets. Confederate officers going for it. Looks like HL John Hunt Morgan acting as independent Cav. Is he going to go again? He is.
I'm having it at the time of my life here.
TJ is enjoying himself. Oh, sorry, John Hunt Morgan was Union. I thought he was a Confederate officer. All right. It is really fun to ride a horse. If you've never done it, go to a drill camp and try it out. It is a blast, folks. Very fun. Especially when you run into the smallest object you didn't think was anything and you die. Good times. All right, so Union does successfully save their flags for the most part. Union streaming down the hill. They know that they are about to go to breaking, so if I was the Union commander, I would be focusing on staying close to the point. It looks like it's going to be similar to the last round, where they put up a bold defense on the point because they have to, but ultimately run out of tickets. We still have 26 minutes left, and I just don't foresee the Union surviving that long. This is pretty much in the bag. Actually, wait, am I backwards? Union is attacker on this, isn't it? Yes, it is. I am totally mistaken. Union can definitely win this. Wow. Wow. I was thinking backwards. So if they can get the Confederacy into breaking, then yes, they most certainly can win on a cap. Confederacy is going to have to get aggressive once that happens. So for the last few minutes of this game, it's going to be crazy. I apologize for that, folks. I just had it backwards. I was thinking Union was defender, but they wouldn't have that much of a ticket advantage if that was the case. Confederates know that they are taking up some pretty defensive positions here.
Great volley.
Who do we got holding the line here? Russian Legion holding the front line. The rest of the Confederacy has fully fallen back. Interesting. I wonder if the Russians were told to do this, or if there was a miscommunication, because they are all by their lonesome up here.
Кругом отставить перезарядку на точку R, назад за офицером.
Oh, I can just imagine the Steam chat right now. Get your guys out of there. What are you doing? I've been yelled at a number of times in Steam chat. It's never fun to be blamed. Especially when you know it's your fault, and it's not fun at all. Yeah, Confederacy is pulling back. They're going to try and be as defensive as possible from the looks of it. They are moving up on the right. What do we got going on down here? Colonel Doug is looking for an opportunity. Let's see what Doug sees. Doug probably can't see all those people moving in the forest down there. Now, if I was Union, I would try and just charge and get enough kills to push them into breaking and then turn my entire team back onto the point. There it is. There's breaking. Now, let's see if the Union does what I think they're going to do, which is pull back to the point and try to just get the cap. Confederacy did anticipate this. They've got at least one unit over here defending. Looks like Sussy Brigade. Sussy, yep, just Sussy Brigade over here. Along with more Sussy Brigade in 83rd. Look at that. Union is not going for point. Okay. They are going to shoot out. CQB moving in on Union left.
Chef right, Jody, chef right.
Every time Union has gone into this forest, they get themselves surrounded. I don't know if that is just lack of flank control or just an unlucky position of being the attacker in the forest. But you can see here, CQB is on the Union left. They are almost behind them at this point. Russian Legion and friends are up there. I think this is 42nd and... not 42nd, excuse me. This is 83rd, my bad, and 36 OVI. And then down here you got Sussy Brigade. Union is going to be hurting, man. They are virtually surrounded. 3 sides. Both teams now in breaking. Tickets are still even, but Confederates will have to always be mindful of the point now. If they lose it, they lose the game. Sounds like HL. Union making more moves on the left. What are they doing? Oh, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Union is spreading out in the forest. Looks like... Sorry, I'm getting... gotta get a drink of water here. There we go. Enjoy some nice wavy trees. Thank you, Campfire, for the wavy trees. Bendy trees, excuse me, I think is what they called it. Bendy trees.
Oh, he blows too.
Yeah, he does. What up, Homo?
What up?
It's HD. It's an HD insider, okay?
TJ over here going for solo pistol kill. Looks like you got it too. That looks like a TJ kill to me.
There be a TJ.
Who was the unfortunate victim? Oh, it was CQB Merc, Dr. Plague. Even TJ decided to come over and examine his handiwork.
Hello. Bunch of these guys down
Alright. Now, the reason I'm doing a lot of flag view for y'all is just so you get a better idea of the strategic situation, because seeing what's going on in a forest is not very easy at the best of times. Commanding in the forest is just plain tough. If you're an aspiring officer in this game and you want to focus on a skill, focus on getting good at maneuvering in a forest. It's very hard to do. It's one of my weaker skills as well. Or find an NCO in your regiment that specializes in forest command and use him or her for forest commanding events. NCOs are great when you get a good spread of skills. So we got 42nd PA. Looks like they're trying to wind down the clock, maybe?
Reload.
Beautiful volley. Beautiful volley by the 42nd. Looks like it does catch some people dead. But I don't think 36 is going to stand for it. I'm sure they're going to return that fire. Indeed they are. Oh! Ho ho! Artillery right on the middle. Ooh, that is a bummer for the 36. Big hit for the Union artillery. Alright, tickets are starting to look ugly for the Confederacy. Still not a huge difference. Still could be anyone's game. This is not that much of a difference. 1st Delaware Sussy Brigade still holding the left. Basically just babysitting the point so the Union doesn't try anything shifty. If the Union does go for point, they're going to have to go heavy. Because Confederates are within 10 seconds run. Most of this line. Wonder if the Union's going to go for another one.
We got a couple charging. Good shots.
Will they go for a second line hit?
Pull back a bit. Just pull back 10, like 5 paces.
Okay, Artie is conserving ammunition. It is 17.5 minutes remaining still. A lot of those shots, not a lot of them, but a significant number of them are going to be held for the final push on the point. Both sides, you're going to see artillery fly. Either Confederacy has given up their right flank, or the Union has taken it. I'm apt to think that the Confederacy just gave it up, and is consolidating for a thicker line in the forest.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, I want them dying. Hit the flag.
Gentlemen, the more reps you kill, the more sisters you can conquer.
Boys, the more of them they kill, the more...
Are we aiming lower or a little bit higher?
Aim at the belts, left face.
Left face, left face, left face.
Confederacy starting to move into position here. I think they're strengthening their center. Darn these trees. Makes it so hard to see anything. Give me an open battle any day. Ooh.
Dude, my bad. He was about to team kill me, okay? I'm sorry.
Who is that? That is CQB wearing the blue suits. I wonder if there's been some team kills because of that. I mean, they look like Union. That just looks like a Union suit right there.
Gonna go around to the right.
On the line. Let me through.
Another beautiful shot by the artillery. Oh, and that was canister followed up. Wow. I mean, was that canister? That sure looked like canister. Or is that an effect of the shell? I don't usually see the shell hit a bunch of other areas. It's just an AoE. The more you know. Union's still holding the forest. They are not as surrounded by now, except for Sussy Brigade, 3rd US and the gang down there. Most of this is Confederates occupying just a solid front line. Confederacy is falling behind on tickets. Union does have the time to push this into last stand, and they might do it. Now, Union could go for cap within the next few minutes, force the Confederates to respond, and actually push them into last stand that way. That is certainly a possibility. Alright, well, it's very nice of our Commander-in-Chief to take the time off to play the Confederacy today.
Get the flag out.
Like one guy, what the frick are you talking about?
Hold, facing right.
Hold it here, 42nd. Hold it here. Rally up. Use the shot. Watch the right.
We got friends. We've got friends.
Hold here, boys.
Lump up 42nd. Use your shots. Let them come to you.
Out of bounds.
God, that's... Oh, that was a Lamont shot. Who was that? That was Major Grimm of CQB. Gets the Lamont off before he dies. I don't think there are any rules against Lamonts in this event. So Union has the Confederates in last stand. Much to my surprise, Confederates are not going to win this one. But then again, I had it all backwards. I thought Union was defender for some silly reason. Confederates decide to go out like gangsters, go for their final Alamo formation.
Cap before they just nuke it right in.
Wrong way. Get to the cap.
Sussy Brigade going for final cap defense. Here comes the wave of spawns. Remember, in last stand, everyone respawns who is currently dead on that team. Confederates are going to get one strong push into the forest before it's all over.
Flags, guys. Don't forget. Do not pick up flags.
That ticket balancing really has changed this map. This was almost always a Union victory.
Forward!
It was nearly, sorry, Confederate victory. It was nearly a Confederate victory again, but with the ticket balance changes, that has really evened it out. I would even say beyond even.
Good shit.
Nice. On our right. On our right, boys. On our right.
On the right, boys. On the right.
Wait, does the Union flag do stuff still?
You got loads. Is that a charge?
Hit the charge. Hit the charge. Hit the charge. It's the only way.
Charge!
There's a hot day banzai!
Flag out. Give me your ass! Right, team, to the right, to the right. Boys, to the northeast. What a failed charge.
Northeast. Help him, Nolan.
HL holds.
Hey, boy!
Follow them.
Hey.
They even brought us toilet paper. Follow fake Napoleon. Let's go.
Hell no.
Oh, good stuff.
Fake Napoleon.
Yeah, keep going, boys. Come on, boy. Sweep them. Oh, here we go. Let's go and give them some back.
Lift.
There are two companies to our left.
Shell these guys
So
off.
what do you think you're doing? What are you doing, you bugger? What do you think you're doing?
Oh my god, you guys suck.
Well, spiritual victory for the Confederacy, at least. They do get the Union into final push, which has got to feel kind of good. Union is capping, though, so the rest of the Confederates are going to have to respond or just stand here and lose.
We're okay. Keep firing.
What the fuck was that guy?
What's up? Power issue here.
Oh my god. Going, side.
Come on, Fred. Let's give it to him. Let's go.
3rd U.S. still up. Gandalf is going for it.
Get it in.
It's too late.
Get it in.
It is too late. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen. That is a Union victory. So we have a 1-1 today. 1-1 in Grand Campaign. Every side can be happy. They had their glorious moments, and that's just... Doesn't that just feel good? It feels good for everybody. But congratulations to both teams. Union pulled off a victory there at the end. Sorry about getting the sides wrong. For some reason, I thought Union was defending. But... well done. Well done, both teams. Let's take a look at the map, shall we? All right, so you can see Union really committing to that forest as they did in their strat sketch, but getting pushed off again and again. However, they do get a big ticket advantage, so they were able to hold long enough. But yeah, definitely tickets got evened out a couple times there. Ultimately, though, that ticket advantage did work in their favor. You can see a lot more losses on the Union team, but they could swallow those losses.